Good morning. I am in it's early yet. Sun hasn't even come up yet. Good morning from northern UP, Michigan. I am at North Gemini Lake Campground. There is a South Gemini Lake Campground. I think I'm going to add that to this video because this isn't very big. But I haven't gotten there yet because once I found my spot, I'm like, I'm good. I'm not moving. So, my name is Peter. This channel is Scotty Wandering, and I'm going to give you a campground tour this morning. This campground is broken into two loops, very rustic, very wooded, and it is beautifully placed along a lake. First loop, 1 through 9, I believe, and then the other loop, 10 through whatever it ends up at. Okay, site 1, like I said, these are nice wooded sites. They're not huge sites. They're a little snug, but I find them perfect. That's site 1. There's no electric here. I'm not even sure if I've got water here. Site 2 here. This is kind of interesting because this one, you pull in. There is a way to pull out the other side, kind of. Let's get down in here. I almost took this site, but then I decided I liked the other one better. This is the one you want if you want to be looking at the sunset. Picnic table firing, and then you can drive out over here. 3 is this big wide site, so you can kind of tuck over into there nicely. I'm looking out at the water. 4 over here. 2 pit toilets over there, men's, women's. This is nice and wide. 5 is occupied. Now this goes out to a little point out here in the water. It's the one spot I didn't get to this morning for photos. But that's a pretty long site. 6 on the inside, a little rise up and then levels off. And here's my beauty of a site over here at 7. I thought I was going to sleep in, alarm went off. I looked out and there were some beautiful colors behind me. So I decided I just had to get up and take some photos this morning from this wonderful site. Okay, I can't ignore this wonderful little tree across from me. As we continue on over to 8. Another beautiful site. Could have certainly been happy parked right there. And this one is next to the boat ramp. Now there is some private property around the lake, so there will be other boaters besides the people coming out of the campgrounds. I did not mention yet, this is Michigan State Forest Campground. I do believe they are reservable, but I'm not positive. The reason I chose this campground tonight, or last night, was because the season opens tonight. I had to find a campground with a gate open that was available to book into, and this is the one I was able to find close to Pictured Rocks. There's your boat ramp. And do we have any boating rules? I don't see any regulations about what kind of boats, so I think they allow all boats down here. I'm going to hop over to the other loop that's on the other side of the boat ramp, but it's a little bit of walk around. Now the rate here, $20, pay at the pay station over there. garbage available. And yes, there is a water pump here as well. And right across from that, just at the gate, is 10. Now all these sites look nicely beginning of the season clean. Let's keep it that way. 11 over here. Now we are on the lakeside. Boat ramp is just down the hill from there. 12 over here with the sun starting to peek in. These are nice and flat sites. 13, a little wider. Lake beyond. Now these don't have quite as clear a view as the other loop do to the water. 14 on the sunny side. Now the trees haven't quite filled in up here yet. They're thinking about it. I'm going to loop back out, but I really only got 2 more sites. Nope, there's another one in the back corner. Never mind. 15. Let's hop up to 15 so you can see what you're looking at with this one. Don't go straight back. There's a couple of posts there. You want to be over here where those tire marks are, and that gets you this view out from there. It's actually pretty nice with the sun behind me now. All right, 16. Overall, this is kind of a messier design site. I got an obvious gravel pad, small something right here. It's level up top, and then very dirty dirt surface camping area. Back of the loop is the 2 pit toilets for this loop. And then we got our last site over here at 16, tucked into the woods on the road coming in. Oh, 17. I'm sorry, this is 17. Drive in over here. Okay, like I said, I'm just south of Pictured Rocks, maybe about 15 minutes from the park boundary, and there's a campground there, Bill Beaver Lake Campground. The sites there are tiny, and there's only like 9 of them, and 1 of them is a walk-in. So those are only available on recreation.gov, and you have to reserve all the sites at Pictured Rock National Lakeshore through recreation.gov. I'm going to skip those. They opened tonight, so I wasn't able to try to hop into there anyway. A little more expensive, still very primitive, but when I found this just down the road, oh, this is the one to go to. It's close enough, and all the good trails are off of other trailheads anyway, so you're going to drive in. All right, I'm going to go pack up the van and head on to South Gemini Lake Campground for you. All right, 2 miles into the 3-mile journey to get to South Gemini Lake, I hit this crossroads in the middle of the state forest, I assume, is where I am. And just to give you a sense here, on the sign, I got a mile to South Gemini Lake. Ross Lake is 4 miles. Cusco Lake is 4 miles that way. And Canoe Lake, 2.5 miles that way. All campgrounds available. I'm going to get you South Gemini Lake, and you can see U-turn That's where I came from, North Gemini. Another mile down the road. Well, we're here. Find a place to park and walk this campground. One thing I forgot to mention is you need your recreational access pass as well, which is Michigan's, state parking pass to use the campground on top of the fee. So, site one. That's where I parked. Let's take a look back here. I definitely would have put it back there if I was staying. Nice little campground. It does look a little swampy back over there. Site 2. Definitely everything looks so freshly cleaned out. Site 3. Site 4 looks like a real gem. I'm going to take a good look at that one. You mean I could have had this one? Wow, this is beautiful. I don't really see a good level spot. This is backing down the hill, so I would have done like the last person and parked way over there. Okay, this one has better water access than any of the ones at North Gemini. You could beach a kayak here or something, or a canoe. Everybody access here. This is not a campsite here. It even says no camping. That's just a trail coming over from 2, over at 5. That is a beautiful spot. You're spoiled for choices. They made the right one. So it looks like there's really only 2 that are on the water. Registration pay station in the middle. Our 2 pit toilets. All right, site 6. I can see why they put that big everybody space over there. Public space. This is nice and long. You can fit something fairly large there. Back out here at 7. Another very large site in the woods. Going way back there. Site 8. Over here. Another quite large site, but the fire pit's on the right, so plan for that. And that is all of it. So that's my tour of Gemini Lake Campgrounds, so 2 of them. Beautiful little campsites out in the middle of the woods here. This is a good sense of what the Michigan State Forest Campgrounds up here are like. I get the feeling that's kind of what their little nice little cozy little primitive campsites. If that's what you're looking for, they have them. They're not big campgrounds, they're little ones obviously, so you may have to come out, shoot for one, maybe not this one, drive down the road to the next one. As you saw, there's several options available. I do believe they are reservable online, but unlike Wisconsin state parks, you can still reserve and pay on site, which I think is good when you get out in remote places where you may not have self-service to be able to book at the site on site. So that's kind of a plus, I think. So thanks for coming on this little trip. I have other plans, or I'm going to keep wandering the UP for a little bit more. I'll get you some more videos on that, so if that's what you want, like and subscribe to the video so you'll see the next one coming out. I've already done 2 others before this one down in southern UP, and we'll see where I wind up next. Get on out there and don't move firewood.